They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Open man is Darbo, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A first carry for Elijah McGuire, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while. What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Looking left sideline, incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3. That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll throw again. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Sutton now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again? Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And James has it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Roethlisberger to his big target, James. All 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Roethlisberger will throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And he'll go down at the 28. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Here we go.
Here's Roethlisberger. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
To throw is Prescott, and that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
And now out come the Steelers. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jack 16. Like 80.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Prescott on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Cox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Prescott now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That's it, baby. That's it.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Prescott now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 480. Here we go. 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. They'll try and run forward with Elliott. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Here we go. 480. Here you go. 26.
Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one. He's got a man. Complete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've got the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A second down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. He's got that one complete to Darboh. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
One thing. You're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Prescott now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Prescott now from the 50. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 yards there at a 1st down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helps. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Breaks through the contact, and they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, 47.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's complete to Darboh. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Amara Darboh, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss a one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, hit as fires. He throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. 26.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Swing to the right. To the right. Here we go, 46. Done. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Wide open receiver, complete. They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
That could not have been timed out any better, and that's exactly what receivers want. The ball in their hands as quick as possible allows them to catch it at full speed and take off and go. And how about the end result there? Big-time run after catch yardage. That rack yardage is so valuable for any offense.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott forced out to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here you go. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Well, good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Being chased out left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run? And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's Roethlisberger. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll make it a 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd and 5.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Set. Like 20.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 5. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Has a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Wide 80.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Kenny Clark bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Set. Wide 80.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Here's Roethlisberger. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Boswell's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
46.
Here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott trying to lay one up deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there in the final minute, and the Cowboys have broken the tie. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He's back to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
He'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
They just have to think in a 2-minute situation.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here.
8, 8, 8, 8.
One last shot for Roethlisberger, and it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Steelers, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon.